Hello everyone, my name is Vrun Kansara and today we will be demonstrating about first year project of Winter of Code 7.0 uh, of Python with GUI, which is project related to restaurant billing system, or you can say restaurant management system, and we will be implementing this project using the with the help of PyQt5. So I will be giving a short demonstration of how the working model should look like, what are the functionalities that should that is recommended for you implementing the model. So stay with me. So first of all, uh, we'll be discussing about theme. So you can use a combo box to switch between light and dark mode, because it depends upon user compatibility, how the user prefers to use this program. So in order to create a new restaurant, we'll be using the new restaurant option. You can also select the logo. Here is the logo, and so for example, creating a logo McDonald, and I'll be just typing GST number, FSSI number by myself, and now new restaurant will be created. Now we need to add the raw materials that are present in the restaurant's inventory. So for example, potatoes, uh, by default it will be 0. Price will be around 50 rupees per kg, and let me be so let's add second item. Similarly, adding the third item. And now, after we have inserted the items, we will add all the items to the restaurant's inventory. Okay. Now I will close the adding raw materials in window and then add recipes. You can add any recipe as you wish. So far, so good. We have done. But you want to add a new raw material, you can always do by going to the add new raw material. Now say I want to add cheese, and we just did it. Similarly, you can also add a new recipe. Now if I want to edit the name of the restaurant, or I want to edit, say, any details, GST number or FSSI number, you can always do by edit restaurant button, or also you can change the logo. I'll not be doing it. Now you need to manage the raw materials in the recipe. For this, say, we can create a new window for managing all this stuff. Say for example, let's name it kitchen inventory. Current inventory will demonstrate all the raw materials which are present. By default now there are no raw materials present. You can also add raw materials. For example, I can add potatoes. Say I add 20 kgs of potato, and the per kg cost is rupees 50. Now I will add the stock. Common salt, I want to add 10 kgs, and its cost is 100. So you can clearly see that current stock is increased from 0 to 10. I will do the same to chili powder. Okay. Now I will set the minimum threshold. For example, for potato, let's take it 40. Let's take it 30. And for common salt, let's take it 5. Similarly, for chili powder, I will do 5. And you can see clearly that if the quantity is less than minimum quantity, it will display in red. So the part is highlighted. So it highlights importance which of materials which are less in quantity so that we can order it. Similarly here, current stock is 20, but the minimum required stock should be 30. So it will highlight in red. So it gives some extra importance or preference so that user grabs the attention. Also, while managing recipe, for example, I have for French fries, I need 0.4 kgs of potatoes. I will simply add it to recipe. Common salt, I require 0.05 and I can save it. And for masala, I need the same requirement. So I can do it using load a recipe. So it will enlist all the raw materials that are used and it will insert in this list widget. Then I can modify it or mm, and or no, not modify. It depends on upon the preference of the user which raw materials are actually required for this recipe. I can toss the raw material and add a new item. Say for example, I do not require uh, um, common salt, but I require chili powder. So I will add it to the recipe and I can save it. Similarly, when this, I can also modify it, uh, add or remove a material. Similarly, and also the main part of this billing. So I will be demonstrating how the billing should take place. So here's the logo and restaurant name. I can load a bill or add an item. Add an item. Say I want to add French fries and just insert it to, and I will be giving 10% discount. Let's increase the quantity from 2 to 5. Similarly, I wanted masala and the discount will be 10 and quantity will be 5. Same. So far so good. We have added the items, but I want to modify the item. Say I do not want 5 salted, so I can simply use add the item fast food salted. I can modify it from 5 to 6. Apply 10% discount again. So it will modify it and modify the salted from 5 to 6, and the discount can also be modified. And by using print the bill, it will create an entry in the backend so we can view it later. We will name the customer and you will observe that the actual quantity has been reduced. See, earlier it was 20, now it is reduced from 15 to 15.6 because we use the raw materials to to generate the recipe and we sold it. So by this you need to also keep track of the raw materials. So I will be demonstrating one more example of billing. Say I just need salted french fries and I just ordered much more of it. Say for example 60. So it will give me a warning that insufficient raw material availability because you can see for each french fry we need 400 grams and we just ordered 60. So it would require 24 kgs but we only have 15.6 kg available. So it will generate an error. So you need to keep in mind that with the limited amount of raw material we we need to keep track that we cannot order certain amount of um, recipe, otherwise the amount of raw material will be go in negative. Similarly, let's take a load bill. Load bill will uh, load in current existing bill into the new bill, but it will not generate a new copy. It will instead modify the existing bill. For example, I need to modify the existing bill and make it um, masala to 6. So you will observe that the existing bill has been changed, not a new copy is generated. So load bill functions this way. Now coming to accounts. So you can view the accounts according to the date. For example, I want to view account of 27th date. So it will say ki I ordered 20 kgs of potato, 10 kgs of salt, and it costed this much. And I ordered French fries with and generated revenue of 216. It will work like this. Similarly, using loader bill, it will only subtract that amount. So if you try and view the current inventory, you can see only 0.8 kgs is reduced, not actually more than this has been reduced, because we only added one french fry salted and one french fries masala. So you need to keep this mind that raw material is subtracted in proper manner, not just arbitrarily. And you can also order, say, if potatoes are very much less in quantity, I can start at 20. So it is there. So in accounts also you will be able to see that at last we ordered potatoes 20, so 20. So that's all is there in this. So you need to keep all these things in the mind, that how an actual restaurant, um, what are its requirements, what does the actual restaurant needs, and you need to cater it that way. You need to keep everything in mind, that what is the exact functionalities that I need to implement in order to achieve this. Like here you can make multiple restaurants, like here it's just only McDonald's. You can include Domino's Pizza or any restaurant name that is there in your mind, and do all the operations, because one person can own multiple chain of restaurants. So by keeping this in mind, you need to implement the model. Thank you.